The other thing that you flip over, what do you see an area where the Browns might be able to attack this Bears defense?
So for the Browns have faced a number of odd teams in a row, meaning that the center and the guards are covered, and it's an odd front. And there are different variations of the odd front where you cover the tackles or cover both guards. But the odd front tells you that the center's covered. And what teams have been doing, because the Browns run zone so much, is they've been putting a five man down a lot. And what that does with zone, it doesn't give you any double teams. So what they're going to see this week is they're going to see their first four front, their first true 4-down lineman front, which means they can get their double teams going again on their zone. And this is a classic example of it right here. This is just a split zone inside, and you're going to see the movement on those tackles. And what it does, no matter how good those tackles are, Billings, they got some good guys inside as well, Sweat on the end, and they got some really good heavy guys. But when you line up on the guard, both guys will line up on the guards. There's a great double by the center and the guard, and a great double by the opposite guard and the tackle. Deuce and ace doubles, they're called. And you just get great movement because of where they're lined up. And this is kind of what the traditional defense that you see. This is the defense they've seen all camp with their own defense. So look for the Browns to get into this inside zone and run the ball directly at the Bears.
When you look at the Bears defense, we heard yesterday from Joel Bitonio, they do a lot of the games with the ends and the tackles and the stunts. What does that enable the Browns to do relative to the movement that the Bears defensive front creates?
Well, sometimes when you run gap schemes or down schemes, down and kick schemes, and they're stunting and moving around and twisting and backers are coming, it can be hard because you're not sure who has who. When you run that zone, what helps with that zone is that you're stepping to an area with your guy. You're assuming that the guy's going to be there, but if not, you still step there. So they step towards the double team and then they move to the second level. Whoever goes to the second level depends on where the second level guy goes. So the Browns are, that zone is very, very good against all that movement. It's good against the forefront. The Browns are going to have a lot of success running the football directly at the Bears this week if they stick with it, which I think they will.
When you look at the keys, obviously you don't want to turn the ball over. This is a defense that they've had the Bears defense has created 11 turnovers the last 3 games, and turnovers have been a problem for the Browns offense. Other than that, what do you think a key is? If this goes well for the Browns offense, they should be in pretty good shape.
Well, they got to get Edmonds, the middle linebacker block. Came from Buffalo. He was a pretty big signing. He's really good. He's the leader of that defense. He's the Mike backer. He makes a ton of tackles. Bisker, their safety. Both their safeties, Bisker and Jackson. They're both guys kind of like a Delpit, where they can play down in the box. They can play coverage. They're real aggressive. I think the Browns can attack their corners. Tyreek Stevenson played a lot last week, and he really struggled with the vertical deep route. But all their corners struggle with vertical routes, and I think the Browns can get them with double moves and things of that nature. So the corners can be beat. Both safeties are really good. They're aggressive. They got to get Edmonds blocked. They got to get that zone game going because they haven't run it a lot because of the odd fronts they've been seeing. They got to shorten the clock. I say this over and over. They got to end every drive with a kick. They don't turn the ball over. They punt it. They kick an extra point, or they kick a field goal. They should win this football game.